To begin assembly, grab a fixator plate and two 15mm bolts. Ensure that the carrier is in a vertical upright position and place the first fixator plate on the inside of the carrier basket. Grab your washer, and locking nut, and make sure that the head of the bolt is being installed from the inside of the basket. Repeat this on the other side. This is to ensure that when you are operating the carrier from a open position to a closed position, or vice versa, that you are able to clear those bolts. If you installed it opposite and had the locking nut on the inside, it will cause a block and you will not be able to operate it properly. Moving on to our spring locks. Go ahead and grab a pair and we will begin the installation. On the front of the Mockins logo and on the other end, you'll see two small holes where these will be installed. Go ahead and remove one of the locking nuts, and once you are ready, place them in the associated hole. Then you will place the remaining locking nut on the other end to ensure the pin does not become loose or wiggle. As you can see here, this is what is holding the ramp in place, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten everything down once everything has cleared and everything is in the correct place. Moving on to the short arm and carrier basket, grab your three 75mm bolts, and the holes that are widest apart will connect to the carrier basket. As you can see here, use one of the 75mm bolts that only come with a locking nut. As you can see, there is a blue inline, and then on the bottom you just attach the washer, and locking nut. Now we are going to connect the hitch tube to the short arm, and this one's pretty obvious. The instructions were a bit unclear, but we're going to place the permanent bolt fixture in that hole, which is closest to the extended tube. And then on the bottom and the first top hole, that's where you will put the pins with the safety clips. If either of those pins were to fall out, they would back each other up. And now converting this into the standby position, you can rotate the hitch tube. And again, this one's pretty obvious where the pins go because one of the holes will actually be blocked by the tube itself. So you'll understand where to put them because there's only two options available. Once those are installed, it's time to tighten up and get on the truck. I was able to get the carrier installed on my hitch by myself. This thing fully assembled, it weighs about 77 pounds. So if at all possible, try and get two people to reduce strain on yourself. Put the hitch lock in and locked it up. And now we are putting the Mockins ramp carrier to its very first test. The ramp comes pre-installed with a rubber seal so that it acts as an anti-slip as well as protects the surface that you are placing it down on. I do have to say that operating the ramp carrier, opening it up and securing it, locking it, as well as storing it is very smooth, very flawless. Mockins does provide a set of 4 loop straps and 4 ratchet straps to secure your load in case you didn't own any prior to purchasing the carrier. Now the ultimate test was loading up our 4-burner propane grill on here and traveling from our part of town to our friend's house to give them our grill. And I have to say, even though it was a bit nerve-wracking at times, the Mockins carrier held up. Please ensure you're not going over the weight capacity, and ensure you know your vehicle's tongue weight capacity and hitch class. My Ranger has a class 3 hitch, and it can definitely handle the weight of the grill. You can see there. Do everything safely, tie everything down, and ensure your vehicle can handle the weight, and you should be good to go. The Mockins carrier can handle it.